JP Morosi, our insider, joins us here. A-block appearance for JP Morosi. JP, Shohei Ohtani, trade deadline less than 3 weeks away. What are the chances that he gets traded?
Robert, Lauren, Yonder, what a story we have in front of us right now. Shohei Ohtani, 18 days away to the trade deadline. And what I can tell you this morning is, based on my conversations with sources, a trade is perhaps still unlikely, but possible. And what has changed, I believe, in recent days is the Angels have discussed internally as an organization and realized that with where they're at in the standings, while the standard to move Shohei is going to be extraordinarily high, they have no choice but to listen to the inquiries that are coming in. And there are so many different things, Robert, for them to consider here. The legacy of the great Shohei Ohtani, their chances to sign him long-term, the quality of the offers coming in. And again, we'll talk about this on probably every single episode of MLB Central between now and August the 1st. But what I can say to you is one of the more challenging parts here is there is no comparison. There is nothing the Angels can look to and say, well, the last time someone like Shohei Ohtani was traded, this was the return. As we all know, he is one of one. There is no way to really discern what a fair offer would be other than to say, if they get multiple players offered among the top 100 prospects in the game, they have to at least start thinking about it. And that's where they're at right now. Thinking, considering, of course, watching the standings. But what I can say right now is a trade of Shohei Ohtani is possible between now and August 1st.
I have an idea. Let's just all jump on a Zoom call and we can all listen to the team's packages, proposals for him. Can you imagine? You take our entire farm system. What are they expecting those will look like?
Well, Lauren, it's a great question. And I think, interestingly, and I'll mention this team right now, we'll talk about them a lot during the course of the next 18 days before August 1st, not that we're counting, but the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers have 9 players, 9, among the top 100, according to MLBpipeline.com. That's the most of any team. And we know that according to many projections, the widely expected team that's the favorite to sign Ohtani this winter is the Los Angeles Dodgers. So would they pay a premium right now to be able to get him for the balance of this season and then try to sign him long term? We know, of course, the regional rivalry. There are some people who would say, no way, no how would the Angels ever trade Ohtani to the
guys on the couch
Dodgers.
are saying that, JP.
Right. And yet, Lauren, when you think about this, if you believe that there's a chance that he signs there eventually, why not get the best package you can to improve yourself for the long term? There are so many different angles here, but Lauren, I really believe that the Angels right now are in a listening mode, and if they sink in the standings and the offers rise to a certain level, they may act by August 1st.
Wow, imagine that. Imagine he walks into your clubhouse, you're sitting in your seat.
Huh. Here's a dozen baseballs, a bat, and a jersey.
Yeah.
I need you to sign
I need you to sign all of them.
All of them. Hey, what about St. Louis, JP? We've been waiting for big things to happen, haven't materialized yet, and John Mozeliak said changes are coming. What does that mean?
Well, Lauren, it's a great question as well, and I think this is one of those huge topics in the industry. In addition to Ohtani, is what the St. Louis Cardinals do, and we've been talking for a long time. Are they buyers? Are they sellers? Are they trying to do both? Well, John Mozeliak, their president of baseball operations, was asked that exact question by Martin Kilcoyne a couple days ago, and here is what John Mozeliak said.
Well, I think right now I can tell you that we're going to trade people. I just don't know if it's going to be like household names or more of guys that just aren't likely going to be here next year. There are many teams out there that outspend us or out-aggressive us, and they're finding themselves in similar situations. So what you're trying to do is build a roster that you believe in that will give you a chance to win. The fact remains, where we are today, it's hard to imagine this current group getting to where we need to go.
Well, Lauren, there you have it. That sounds like a man who's ready to make some trades. And so the pending free agents, I would say, are available as of right now. Jordan Montgomery, Jack Flaherty, Jordan Hicks. You put those guys on the list and say we are likely to see most or potentially all of them move between now and August 1st. The different question, though, the different tiers of what they could do go to the controllable franchise cornerstones. Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, both have no trade clauses. it might be difficult to envision a trade involving either of them. Of course, it would have to meet their approval, so stay tuned there. The other piece of things that I think you have to look at are the controllable bats. They've got so many young, controllable hitters that it's almost a certainty that they're going to trade one of them. Is it Brendan Donovan? Is it Nolan Gorman? Is it Tommy Edman? There's a lot of different potential moves they could make there because they've got Mason Wynn, who is likely to be their shortstop probably sometime next season. So I would expect a move among one of those guys. We've talked before about conversations already happening between the Cardinals and the Mariners. The Mariners have young arms. The Cardinals have young bats. That could be a mutual interest in a trade right there.
That's good stuff, JP. Maybe you could take us to break with a little music, the musical stylings of the piano right there behind you.
Oh, I would love to. So as Lauren knows, my wife Alexis, amazing pianist. I am mediocre, so she could play for hours. I learned how to play piano, man, and then quit after that.
She's a doctor and a musician, but you know all there is to know about the trade deadline, and we appreciate
I
it.
wonder if he had his cafecito today.
Did you? Yes or
Claro
no?
que sí. Claro que sí.
Claro que sí. There we
Todos
go.
los días.
Todos
Claro
los
que sí.
días.
JP, thanks for the information. Enjoy the weekend, man.